TalkAlot with TokeAlot is produced and recorded in Rochester, New York. We're centered around recreational and medicinal use, your rights as a consumer, and cultural and societal issues that affect our community. Tune in for our weekly episodes or our sister podcast, Token True Crime, with our co-host and bestie, Emma the Boss Lady. We tackle noteworthy solved and unsolved crimes from a stoner's perspective. Consider us Sherlock and Watson, but with cooler pipes. This pod is intended for adults only, most likely not safe for work, and encourages you to consume safely and in accordance with your state's laws and regulations. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk a Lot with TokeAlot. I am your hostess with the mostest that always gets the stonedest, Terry TokeAlot. And I know I've been gone for a really long time, but I will explain at least as much as I can, I promise. I will try to go as in depth as I possibly can. As to why I was gone for so long, and there's a lot of reasons. So, I mean, it's not I didn't just say, fuck this, I'm done. I promise. This podcast has always been my true passion, and there were a lot of things going on that were holding me back from putting out the kind of content that I want to put out. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. If you're interested in hearing about where the podcast is going to be going from here, all of the changes I'm going to be making, some of the content that I'm thinking about doing, stay tuned for that as well. We're also going to talk about just some random shit because it's summertime in Rochester, and there's always random shit happening in Rochester in the summertime because it's Rochester. So if you care to hear about any of that, my commentary on the current happenings in the world, because there's a lot going on, whether we're talking about the world as a whole or we're talking about like just my little slice of the world, which is Rochester. Stay tuned. And if not, then I guess I will catch you guys on the newest episode of Token True Crime with me and the Boss Lady. Not really too sure what we're gonna be already with the bloopers. I'm just gonna okay, complete sidebar. You guys would be disgusted with how many times I had to record that intro that you just heard. Like, awful. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So we're gonna let the bloopers roll. I'm not gonna oversaturate this episode with a bunch of editing because I feel as though a lot of people do that and then they lose all of their authenticity. Like I'm real, I'm me, I'm stoned, and I fumble over my words so bad. It's so bad. So if you care to hear of my random musings of the current state of the world and all of the other bullshit that's happening, stay tuned. If you want to listen to all of the podcast changes that are going to be happening and all the new things I have planned for it going forward, stay tuned. If you don't care about any of that and you just want to hear me and Emma get stoned and talk about true crime, then I guess I'll see you in the next episode because Boss Lady's on vacation right now, so I'm solo for now. But anyways, so here we go. Before I even start with all of the heavy shit, I just want to say that it has been officially now 3 years since I created TalkAlot with TokeAlot. In those 3 years, a lot has changed. A lot. Like way more than I even anticipated when I first started this podcast. And for those of you who have been listening since the beginning, you know where like I got this idea to even start this. And for those of you who are just tuning in or tuned in during like season 2, or you found me like just randomly, whatever, I started doing this basically because I was working with a group of models that were going to do cannabis events around like Rochester, Buffalo, around like everywhere. I was going to Syracuse, I was going to Buffalo. There were a lot of really fun times. It's actually how I met my best friend Emma, who is my co-host on the sister podcast Token True Crime. But with that being said, I got my start from there doing that, and I had a guest appearance on a podcast, and I didn't even like fucking think about it. Like I was at an event, I was helping like make shit happen basically at this event because the person who like was in charge of all of us as models and as like helpers, whatever our like official job title was, I don't even think there ever really was one. Not one that I could say and like would make sense in like actual day-to-day use. But I was doing that, and there was somebody who at the time was on a podcast who was like mainly doing like, cannabis friendly content, and it was all men, which I'm not like, I don't care. That's not an issue. I'm actually really cool with the people that do that podcast at the time. And I'm still am like, no bad blood or no anything like that for anyone ever. Like I've always said, like I don't have beef with anybody in the community over anything. Like it just is what it is. Leave me in my corner. I'll do me, you do you, and like I'll cheer you on from the sidelines if I feel so inclined. And most of the time I am cheering people on from the sidelines. I mean, I can't say that I ever have heart. I'm getting so off topic. I'm getting so off topic right now. But basically, long story short is I got my start in podcasting from just doing a guest spot on a podcast with somebody else at a cannabis event at the time. And I didn't even think anything of it. I was like, meh, whatever. And then the person who was doing this with me was like, you need to do this. Like, this is like your calling. Like, this is what you need. And I'm like, I, I kind of laughed because I've always been somebody who's never been like public speaker. I'm not that person. Um, I just never have been. I get really fumbly with my words and I forget what I'm going to say. And then, like, I'll record episodes and then I'll be like, damn, I should have said that. Or why didn't I think of that? Or, that's how I've been in my whole life. So, like, I honestly kind of laughed when he said that. And then I kind of thought about it and, like, I, I pondered the idea for like a couple of weeks. And it was something that I always wanted to do, but I was always so scared to do it. And at the time, like now, rewind like fucking like 10 years almost, we'll say, I bet you I could probably even find like the Facebook post of like being like, I want to have like my own podcast because you know how Facebook does that memories shit. I remember at one point, like probably 5, 6 years ago, it was after I had Marilyn. So I know it was less than 10 years ago, but it was at least more than 5 or 6 years ago. So I remember posting on Facebook like I wanted to have my own podcast, and like, I at the time I was in a very unsupportive relationship. I was very mentally unwell and like there were just a lot of things going on, and I was like, yeah, could I do it? Yes. Is anybody going to listen and is anybody going to care? No, probably not. Um and then, I went through big changes in my life. I became a single mom, and then I started doing these events, and I started really to find myself and find out like what I loved, what I enjoyed, and what brought me happiness. And then I got that comment, and I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, even if no one listens, like, at least I'm doing something I fucking love. Like, at least I'm doing something I enjoy. And you know what? Like, if I happen to amass people listening, cool. If I happen to educate a few people along the way, cool. Like, and if I don't, like, at least there's some really fucking funny content of me on the internet. Like that's about all I've got. Like I don't know. Like it's one of those things where it's like I'm doing this not because I feel as though I need to please anybody. I'm not doing this because I have some kind of like monetary gain. Like no, like I'm literally I'm doing this out of sheer enjoyment. I enjoy talking about my thoughts and my musings on day-to-day life. And yeah, I'm a little stoned while I do it. Actually, I'm very stoned while I do it, but that's beside the point. Actually, it's not beside the point. It's pretty much the whole point of the podcast. Because in my mind, when I started the podcast, I was like, I'm going to show people that like you can be about your shit and be smart and be like fucking on top of it all and still be a fucking pothead. And I mean, for the most part, like I will say, I do feel as though like my podcast has always accomplished that in terms of being like, yes, like I smoke a lot. I've worked in the cannabis space. I I do so much with the plant. Like it's a big part of my life. But yeah, I'm still here for my daughter every single day. I'm still active. I play with her, and if anything, cannabis makes me a better, more level-headed parent. Like, and I feel like in past episodes I've mentioned this a million times. Like, it does nothing for me but make me have an appetite and make me want to go like sit and fucking play Barbies or Legos or fucking draw hopscotch fucking boards in the driveway, you know? Like, it's not. Everybody has always demonized cannabis to be some kind of inhibitor, or you won't do anything if you smoke cannabis and you're going to be lazy forever. The most successful people I've ever met in my entire life are potheads. Some of them even bigger potheads than me. And that's fucking saying something, because I smoke and you guys know I fucking smoke. So, happy anniversary to Talk a Lot with TokeAlot. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for, you know, people like you who are listening right now, the people who have supported me in the past, 4 years almost in this community. I can't even begin to describe how thankful I am for that, because there have always been, life is unpredictable. Life is unpredictable, and there's always some shit happening. There's always some shit changing. But if there's one thing I know for certain, the one thing that won't change is my love for this platform, for this podcast, for what I started out of just let's fuck around and find out. And I found out that, like, I actually really enjoy this, and I actually might be good at it if I could get a chance to actually do it more, consistently. Then it would be that much better, which I'm working on that, which is part of what we're going to talk about. Like, so the hiatus. There were some huge changes in my personal life. For starters, I moved. Not out of Rochester. I didn't move out of Rochester, but I moved. Myself and my partner are homeowners now, so I mean, like, there's a lot to that. Like, that's a whole nother fucking thing. Prior to that, we were working on our shop rebrand, so I've been helping him with some stuff with that as well. But a bigger portion of why I was gone for so long is mental health and physical health complications. I won't get super into my mental and physical health, like, and what happened, but I am seeking help and doing the best that I can every day. And for full transparency, one of the people at my therapist's office told me that it would probably be a good idea for me to get back into doing my podcast, as it is a positive way for me to channel any feelings that I might be feeling. So, like I said, I don't want to get too in depth, because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I am a person with a private life, and I would like to be as open and honest with you guys as I possibly can be without harming my own mental health journey in the process, and dealing with the judgments that I may or may not face with revealing what I'm currently going through. So just to kind of put a blanket over it, like, I've gone through some very traumatic things over the past 6 to 10 months. There's been a lot going on. I am actively bettering myself every day, and that's really honestly all I want to share on that front, just because, like I said, I'm still going to therapy actively. I'm still working through trauma. When there comes a time that I feel as though I'm ready to share those traumas and those feelings with you guys, I most certainly will. Not because I'm pandering for sympathy or for anything like that, but because there is going to be someone somewhere who reads, hears, sees, whatever media I end up putting it out in. There's going to be somebody that sees it and is going to feel less alone because of it. And that's always been a big focus of mine with doing this podcast. A lot of what I'm dealing with is really something only that women can deal with, that women can relate to. So anything that I can do to further, the mental health of women and girls all over the globe. Like, I will put myself on the line. I won't do it right now, not because of anything other than the fact that I'm still actively in the healing process and I need to heal before I can help others heal. So there's that. Yeah, so a lot of things happening. Homeowner, my partner and I, my partner, business partner, all the way around partner, he and I got a house together, so we've moved. So it's myself, my daughter and him, and we got a little puppy. She's a fucking savage. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff happening. There's some good stuff. There's some bad stuff. It's just the way of life. I feel as though everybody, gets really downtrodden when, like, the bad things happen, because I mean, fuck, there's bad things everywhere you fucking look, whether you're looking at your own life, other people's lives, the world in total. Like, it's fucking bad out here, man. It is fucking bad. It is scary to be a human and exist in this current time period. No matter no matter what race you are, no matter what age you are. Personally, maybe it's just because I have a load of fucking anxiety and all that, but like, I'm fucking scared for my daughter and like what world she's gonna have to grow up in. I'm terrified for any other child in my life because, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's fucking terrifying out there. Like, and as women, like women specifically, like it's only gotten worse. Like, it really has only gotten worse. So, being a mom, raising a young girl, an 8, almost 9-year-old girl, and seeing what's happening in the world and the things that are going on, like, it's very disheartening. So, like, I don't want myself to fall too, woe is me. Oh my God, everything is falling apart, my life included, and the world, and everybody's dying, and there's wars, and it's all fucking shitty. It all fucking sucks. And I can't even begin to comprehend a lot of the shit that's happening in today's day and age. Like, personally, I'm kind of ready to, like, just go full on Patrick Star and live under a fucking rock. Like, that's just kind of my takeaways from the current state of the world. So I'm going to use this podcast as a way to channel all of that negative energy that I feel into something positive, and hope and pray that somewhere along the line some woman hears it and knows that they're not alone, and knows that they're okay to feel like that, no matter what the feeling may be. So, with all that being said, the hiatus was a much needed thing. It really fucking sucked for me, and it was very, very, very hard for me to even want to, like, take a step back, but I knew I wasn't going to be putting out content that I would be proud of, which I'm going to use that now to scooch on over to the next part of today's episode. So, big podcast changes coming. I'm going to be definitely recording more consistently. I'm going to be recording more content that is more so focused on the social stigma in cannabis, educating on use, whether it's recreational or medicinal. I'm also going to try to focus a bit more on, like, local growers and micros. There are a lot of people who are getting their licenses now. A lot of people that I know from the legacy days, and a lot of people that I know just from being involved in things like the Solventless Cup and things like that. Like, there are a lot of, like, really good people who are getting their licenses now and who are opening their stores, and I really want to be able to highlight that and highlight those who have made the change from legacy to legal. And I know, like, I haven't done it myself, but I know it's fucking hard. So, like, I want to pick their brains, and I want to know, like, what made you decide? Like, is this the move? Like, do you regret it? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to give you guys all of my interview material right now because, like, we're just getting back to this. So, and I feel like such a terrible pothead right now because I rolled a nice little joint. And I was going to start the episode with it, but in usual fashion, I get carried away. So, I'm just gonna light it now, but please hold. I have to clip my mic to my like little shirt I'm wearing. Okay. Much better. So, we're going to be focusing a lot more on the legal side, all of the cool dispensaries that are opening up. I'm going to try to fit some product reviews in there too. Eventually, further down the line, I'd like to do like a let's go, like type, like an old school, like vlog type of style, like, you know, like when YouTube first started and everybody was like, come with me to blah, 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 or come with me to blah, 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 or let's go, blah, blah, blah. I want to do something like that. Now, I realize YouTube is not like the friendliest to the stoner community, so like I know I'm not going to get monetized for anything like this, but as I said earlier, I'm not doing this for fucking money or for sponsors. I'm doing it for shits and giggles. I'm doing it because I want to. So I'm gonna go do some. Ah! I already dropped the microphone. Oopsies. This is why I have the lapel like clippy thingies. But the problem with the clippy thingy is that okay. I'm in my plant room at our new house. So our plant room is essentially just it's a three walls of windows. So like it's just windows with like the back part of it being like the siding of the house. So it's literally just windows. And when I clip my mic to like my lapel, like I don't know if I have to talk louder or what it is, but when I was like doing my like checks just to make sure that everything like sounded good and my microphone still worked because I haven't used it in so long, like it just sounded funky. So I was like, I can't clip it. I have to hold it, which makes me feel really weird because it's one of those little teeny tiny microphones and I feel like a little baby. And now I just popped the clip off on accident, so I'm just holding it. Whatever. Anyways, I would like to do some kind of like vloggy type of thing where, you know, I go to like a dispensary and then we go smoke and then we go like take a little hike or we go fucking like to a little historical landmark, whether it be in Rochester or just New York in general, whatever. I want to do something like that. And I think people would like it. Like, I guess let me know, like message me on the socials, email me, whatever. Go on my link tree. You'll find all of the links you need to contact me. Tell me what you think of it. Comment down below if you're on YouTube and hearing this, whatever. I'm also going to be focusing a lot more on women-based brands in Rochester. I do believe that the women in this community have and always will bring the heat when it comes to. So I would really like to highlight some of those women who are shattering glass ceilings for those of us out there who aren't necessarily like there's no like could I get like the I God forgive me, I forget the fucking actual name of the license, but basically the branding license. Like if I got that, like would that be smart? Probably. And eventually I might, but it has to make sense. And like I love seeing women out there doing their own fucking shit. Like, oh my god, like first of all, Bougie Stoner, like she's out there really fucking making moves, and I've known her since my very beginning in the cannabis community when I was literally doing just the modeling, and it was before I was even doing it regularly. Like she was one of the first people I fucking worked with at the hashtag Hydro Carnival with Jackie and Rob and all them. So, and if you're not like in the cannabis community and you don't know who they are, it's basically one of the best hydroponic shops in Rochester. Almost everybody who grows goes there to get all of their provisions. Anyways, so they hosted a carnival in the winter. It was the winter carnival, and I was one of the Santa helpers. I was one of the sexy Santa helpers, which to me just sounds like it, and no, like no shade, no nothing, but like I find myself so no. I was a Santa's helper, and then they're like, sexy Santa's helpers. I'm like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because I don't feel like I fit in that category. And like, even when I look back now on like all my modeling stuff and whatnot, like the Maxim bid and like all that, like I'm like, that's not me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not me. That not me. Nope. That is my doppelganger. That is my evil twin. Like, I don't know. Body dysmorphia is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. So, like, 4 years ago, I was feeling like, fuck yeah, like, I'm badass motherfucker. And now I'm like, that's, no, no, no. Like, when my modeling pictures come up and, like, my memories and stuff, like, I literally am just like, you can't see me right now because there's no video to this audio, but like literally just like making that face with like the meme of the lady with all the fucking equations. Like that's basically me. Like I'm like, this does not compute. Error. Um so and while like yeah, I could definitely like probably brand myself out again if I really wanted to and just like focus on the podcast and doing all that. But right now that's like I mean, it's my goal. Yes, 100%, but it's not number 1 on the priority list. It will make its way up there and it'll happen and I will really start to like do this more seriously. Um but I want to be able to give the women who are fucking going full steam ahead their flowers because they really deserve it. Like, there are so many women out there in the Rochester community who are really fucking kicking ass. Bougie Stoner was the first person I could think of that has made her way from like the legacy to the legal side and has done it with such grace. And like, Bougie, if you're listening, chef's kiss. Love it. Um, and now of course because I'm smoking, like I'm blanking and I can't think of any other women because so side note, I haven't been smoking as much, which is very weird for me, for lack of a better way to put it. There have been a lot of other things going on that have inhibited my smoking time or cut into it, if you will. So like, I mean, like now I'm smoking one joint. I'm like, durr, durr. Like my brain is just fucking dead. So take with that what you will. So this episode might get real goofy really quick. I got to work my tolerance back up. So more focus on women brands. We're going to start to really push on the focus of ending the stigma of being a cannabis user and being a parent, whether you're recreational or medicinal. I find that a lot of women are more apt to, have a glass of wine or, do something like that. Like, have a glass of wine, have a beer, have a whatever, have a couple mixed drinks, and feel no guilt, no shame, no nothing. Whereas, a mom wants to, step aside and take an edible out of view of her children and completely safe and like it's a safe dosage. It's like there's so much stigma that follows around being a cannabis user and being a parent, being a mother specifically. Whereas, if you're a mother having a drink, like you're just a wine mom or like, and it's always been a huge issue for me. Not only as myself being a mother, but I watched my own mother go through it. And I know I've talked about it billions of times, but I really want to push on that and focus on that. And I, more or less, I want to understand why people feel the way that they feel. Like, if it's okay for you to have a glass of wine, a beer, whatever, anything, and parent your children, or even, I mean, in some adults, like they do it to excess, like they go overkill on it. Like they get hammered with kids around, and it's not that I'm saying like, I'm not saying that like, is indicative of your parenting skills. Like, it's just, how is that acceptable and societably, is that even a word? Jesus Christ, Terry. Uh, is it even sociably it's even sociably acceptable? Like, everybody's cool with that. Like, oh, you got a little drunk at a party and your kids off. Oh, well. Like, you didn't drive, though. Um, versus, like, you going off to the corner to medicate, or, like, quick, take a hit of a bowl, eat an edible, do whatever, hit your pen, the Benjamin, the Pennifer, whatever you named yours. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of names for the pens now. Like, I literally can't. I wish I liked, like, carts, yarts, and pens more, because if I did, I feel like I would name mine something cool. But, like, distillate pens and, like, hash oil pen, like, just don't do it for me. They just don't do it for me. Hash oil. I sound like my parents. Ugh. Hash rosin. I mean, but you know what the fuck I meant. Anyways, so, like, side note, I have my vape in one hand and I have my mic in the other. And I told you guys earlier, I have to hold the tiny mic because sounds. I just definitely tried to hit the mic like it was my vape. So if you just wanted to know, there you go. Anyway, so the stigma with cannabis and motherhood, that's going to be a really big focus for me coming up in these next, I mean, for really the foreseeable future, to be quite honest. I think it's something that, like, as a society, we need to unpack and discuss and understand, because there's never been a single death from cannabis, like, never. I at least as far as I'm aware, and I Google it every once in a while, like, just to make sure I'm right. And for shits and giggles, let's ask the Google right now, because I'm recording this, so I might as well just, let's see. Let's see. Has anyone died from smoking weed? Look, it's like the second fucking thing. Okay. So the AI, because, we all fucking rely on AI now. Okay. So, yes, there have been rare cases of death associated with cannabis use. However, it is important to note that these deaths are typically caused by underlying medical conditions or the use of cannabis in combination with other substances. So basically, they're saying, like, weed alone can't kill you. So, and, like, I don't know, as a parent, like, weed doesn't make me violent or anything like that. Like, it doesn't make, like, I don't know. I don't know. Does it make some people violent? Like, I doubt it. I really don't think that would be the case. Anyways, we're going to really talk about the societal stigma of being a mother and using cannabis, whether it is recreational or medicinal, because either way, at the end of the day, whether you have a card or you don't, people are still going to judge you if you're a mom and you smoke cannabis. So I want to talk about that, because, like, me personally, I grew up with a pot mom, weed mom, whatever you want to call it. And, like, I never wanted to try any other drug, any drugs. I never wanted to try the hard stuff, never ever. And I didn't even want to try weed until I was older. Like, I didn't want to smoke cannabis until I was older. And then I found out all of the great medicinal benefits for it, and I was suffering as a young woman, and it really helped me. So I don't see what the big whoop is. Especially when, like, my mother's cannabis use did not directly affect her ability to parent me. If anything, I got, like, fucking 20, 30 extra minutes of, like, playing Barbies or coloring with her or some shit, or we played, like, Don't Break the Ice. Like, I don't know. I never gleaned anything negative from my mother's cannabis use, not once. Like, fuck, like, there's literally a picture of me and a childhood friend in my house at the time, and, like, my mom's big fucking red graphics bong was in the background, and, like, I never knew what the fuck it was. I thought it was a really cool vase. But now, as an adult, like, I've seen that picture and I'm like, bongs. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. I want to talk about that stigma. I want to talk about why people think it's so bad. I want to unpack all that. Like, as a mom, as a woman, as somebody who just cares about cannabis and cares about mental health and cares about like all of the things, because I think that's a big part of the problem is I care about a lot of things and I want to talk about all the things, but then this podcast becomes very all over the place, and then how do I be like, hey, come listen to me talk about every topic under the sun? Like, I guess I could do like a news desk type of thing. Maybe in the future. Anyways, so we're going to be doing some vlog content. Hopefully in the future, we're going to be talking about growers, women-based businesses, blah, blah, blah. What else? I'm looking at my notes, and I did it very out of order because, like, I tried to use everything as, like, a transition and go from one thing to the other. And I did really well, but now I'm looking at my notes, and I wrote them wrong. So, oopsies. So I guess the next point of discussion is yes, token true crime. So, as you all know, or at least some of you may know, I don't really know. Anyway, as for that, so myself and Emma the boss lady, we are still gonna do token true crime. Like, that's still a thing. It's gonna happen. We're gonna work our way back to doing that regularly. And that's going to be like probably one of my bigger focuses in the coming months, just because I feel like we don't really have like a catalog of cases, and I would like to change that. And we both have so many cases that we've wanted to discuss, but quite literally just like life has been too lifing. Like, life is lifing, and like we couldn't even find time to record if we wanted to, or if we could, like there's just no possible way with everything that we're both doing. So, excuse me, I burped. We're gonna focus on that pretty heavily. The boss lady's on vacation right now, so I mean, I'm gonna wait until she comes back, let her live in her little slice of paradise for a little bit, and then I'm gonna bug her and be like, we got to do things. Come on, we got to do stuff. So we're gonna focus on token true crime a lot more. We have a lot of cases that both her and myself have been like throwing back and forth to cover. We're gonna do like retellings of solved cases. We're going to talk about cold cases and breakdowns of evidence for these cases. Like, we're going to go more in depth than I think we have before. I feel like we went really in depth with the alphabet killer though, and I feel like I went really in depth with my Arthur Shawcross episode. So I'm thinking what we're going to end up doing is I would like to eventually redo the Arthur Shawcross episode, because I feel like that's a very Rochester case other than the alphabet killer. Like, if you live in Rochester, you know about Arthur Shawcross, and if you don't know about Arthur Shawcross, like, it's a whole fucking thing. It's insane. It's nuts. It's crazy. So, with that all being said, we'll be doing like special episodes where we talk about like special cases. We'll have some guests hopefully in the future. And also what I'll probably end up doing as well, because initially I was cuddling because I was covering the Diddler trial. As you all know, I have very unaffectionately dubbed him as the Diddler. And loads of other people have too, but that's beside the point. So I was covering that initially because he got arrested, and then I did my episode and talked about Cassie's lawsuit and all that. But I think what I'm going to actually end up doing is get together with the boss lady, get all my evidence together, because I don't think that's a case she necessarily followed. Like, I think that was like, it was something I was super interested in, mainly because of the fact that for some reason, Cassie's song "Me and You" is like forever imprinted in my head. Like, I don't really know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't have an answer for it. Maybe it's like associated with like a good memory or something, or maybe it was just played a lot in my childhood because it was very, very popular. But like, I couldn't give you an exact reason. That song is forever stuck in my head. Don't know why. Whatever. So, there's that. And like, also, I'm a huge Biggie fan. For those of you that don't know, Biggie is probably one of my favorite rappers, like at least top three. So, like, for me, it was the Diddy case was a big deal, mainly because like it was just like unbelievable to me. Like, it was believable. Like, I did believe everything, and like I always kind of knew that he was shady. Like, I just didn't believe the capacity in which all of this was taking place, because it was fucking nuts. And like, just to hear about like these salacious details and like these white parties and all that, like I love a good gossip. Oh, do I love a good gossip. I like, if anybody's fucking spilling tea, like I'm right there. Like, I need to know, like, fucking Jaguar, right? Like, oh my god, Cat Williams. Oh my god, like I would fucking, like, I would die if I could meet either of them, because they're just like so fucking raw and real, and they're just like, and they're so funny about it too. Like, and that's what makes it even better, because like this information might be completely undigestible, and I might like feel like actually vomiting after hearing it. But at least I got a little giggle at a little giggle out of it, like based on how you delivered the information. So like, for me, I was there for it all. Like, I fucking watched every episode that people were posting with like Jaguar talking about all the shit that she saw, and Kat on that I forget what the guy's name, what the podcast is, because I'm terrible at that. But watching him on that one podcast episode, and he just fucking rips in, and I'm like, whoo, Jesus Christ almighty, what the fuck? Like, there was some shit. And there's still some shit. And like, the fact that he fucking only got found guilty on 2 charges, and those 2 charges had nothing to do with the fucking RICO. So like, now he's not getting charged with RICO, and the max he can get charged with is 20 years. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. That verdict was a slap in the face to every woman who's ever gone through SA in the entire, like, everywhere in the world. Like, that ruling, that jury finding that verdict was such a miscarriage of justice. Like, it's not even funny. Like, if people can't understand the gravity of the abuse, manipulation, um coercion, all of those things that Sean Combs was using against these women that he was quote unquote in love with or involved with, I have no hope for the world. Like, at least no hope. And then on top of it, like, most of the jury was male. So like, mm, 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 we're not gonna discuss that right now. I'll get into that at a later point. But yes. Um, to be honest, I wasn't super happy with like the first episode I did on it. So I kind of want to just like backtrack and redo it. And I'm gonna give the boss lady a show, because she knows I get really fucking upset and really, really like just irate about things like this. And she knows, if there's 2 things I really, really hate, it's sexual abusers and the Catholic Church, which those are basically the same thing, but like, you get where I'm going. You get where I'm going. I just realized that. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. You can't say you hate sexual abusers and you hate the Catholic Church at the same time, because they're the same fucking thing. They're the same thing. Finkel is Einhorn. Oh shit, my joint. Anyway, so god damn it. Literally. So those are all the things that are going to be hopefully happening within the next few months for the podcast. Like I told you guys earlier when I was talking about the intro, I'm working through some stuff still. I'm trying to be my best, healthiest self. And I just ask for patience, and I can't thank you guys enough more for just being there and like always tuning in when I post an episode, even if it's a year fucking later and it's the year anniversary and I'm terrible. Um, But I promise I will be getting back to this more often, because the fact that I'm like sitting here smiling at nothing like a fucking goofball, it shows me that this is what I need to be doing. This is what I need to be doing to make my soul happy, to make my heart happy, is to sit here and fucking shoot the shit with you guys and make you laugh for a little bit. Just to fucking get out of all this craziness, because it's fucking crazy. I'm gonna relight my joint because it did go out. But while I do that, let's have a little chat for a second. Let's have a chat. So, if you're local to Rochester, you probably saw that we had a bunch of big cat sightings in our lovely little town. Now, first and foremost, I absolutely love all of the memes that are coming out of this. My specific favorites right now is, and I'm gonna like message somebody and see if like I can get a statement from him or something for the podcast, because like that guy Curtis that was on the fucking news. Oh my god, when I say literally everybody that I talked to in the past like 2 days has been bringing up that interview on, I think it was News 10. But oh my god, I was sobbing. He was like, I promise you, I don't even do roller coasters. I don't do that wildlife. I don't do nothing wildlife. I don't do dogs, cats, rattles. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, dude. I was like, honestly, like, okay, as somebody who's the polar opposite. I love roller coasters. Actually, it's one of my like favorite things to like geek out about, actually, is roller coasters. Um a lot of my TikTok page is mostly just like roller coaster announcements, roller coaster like ride throughs, like point of views of like the first car, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. But a lot of it is roller coasters, and like just like, and then also roller coaster accidents. So I toe this weird line of like being like absolutely terrified of them, and like knowing something could happen, and watching things happen on roller coasters, because I have weird interests. And then, I also want to ride them all, because like I'll sit there and I'll watch a like a ride through of a roller coaster, and I'll be like, that's a really cool roller coaster. I want to ride that roller coaster. And then like subsequently something will come up about like something happening on the ride, and I'll be like, still watching this news coverage, watching something happen. I'm like, wow, that's a cool roller coaster. You scare me. I don't want to ride you. Not anymore. But if I were to be faced with like the opportunity to ride said roller coaster, I would so fucking get on it with no questions asked. So if you guys ever want a video or a podcast episode about roller coasters and like why I like them so much, I could always do that. I'll do that gladly. Does anybody else have like a weird stim over roller coasters? Like, is that just me? Am I the weird one? Like, is it me? Is it me? Am I the drama? Speaking. Full side note. We're gonna pull over really quick and talk about this, because y'all, if you know me, you know me. And you know how I feel about Cardi B. She is my fucking spirit animal. She is my spirit animal. The universe sent her to me. I don't know why I feel this way, but I truly do. I fucking love that woman. Everything that she does in life, I will support her 110%. I won tickets once to go see her live, and I fucking scream sang all of the words to her songs, because I knew them all, and I still know them all. um Whenever I'm feeling really bad, I listen to Cardi B, and she makes me feel better about myself. She's like positive affirmations, but ratchet, and I love that for me, and I love that for her. Anyways, she's coming out with a new CD. ah I'm excited, so excited. But yes, uh am I the drama? Am I the problem? mm, Chef's kiss, so excited, can't wait. Back onto the road here though. yeah, so if you guys ever want like a roller coaster video talking about like all the weird roller coaster things that I've come across because I go down rabbit holes quite frequently, let me know. You can drop it in the comments, you can email me, you can do whatever you need to do to get a hold of me, but I'm very easy to get a hold of. I try to make that a thing. I might not respond to like ASAP just because there's a lot of other shit going on right now, but like I will see it and I will boop, I will be like, "Hey, I there we go." So, anyway, everybody was fucking freaking out about this. We're gonna get totally back on topic. Um, Everybody was freaking out because there literally was like there were multiple videos and like multiple sightings of what people said was like a mountain lion. So I just want to make the statement in case nobody knew, they've been here. Like they've been here. They've been here. Like that's a thing in New York, especially like wooded areas of Western New York. And granted, a lot of people were seeing this big cat, quote unquote, in like, you know, more urban areas. But that doesn't surprise me. Like it's not the fucking first time. Like I'll be honest, in my new home, like I see fucking deer all the time. And like my brother and my nieces were over here visiting me the other night, and like two deer were like literally just walking down our street, and like they were fucking baffled, and I was like, yeah, like you would think I know those deer by name. How like unfazed I was. Like it, and then like Marilyn, she'll ride the bus to her new school and be like, coming home and be like, Mommy, I saw 4 deer on the way to school. And I'm like, that's fucking sick, dude. I love deers. So, you know, like nature, wildlife, it's a thing. Apparently, Curtis does not like it. I love it. I was ready. Me and my one of my cousins actually were discussing buying a large roll of aluminum foil and a T-bone steak and trying to catch said kitty because I like kitties. But I just got a dog, and I don't think I need to have a mountain lion, a regular cat, and a dog. Like I don't think I need that right now. I've got enough shit going on. So yeah. But yes, mountain lions exist in New York. Mountain lions are a thing up here. Like if it's shocking to you, here's your education for the day. Mountain lions are here. Like it's rare, but they're here. Um nature is alive. Fucking mountain lion in Rochester. Like I feel crazy honestly saying that sentence. Like it just doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. So if anybody who's not in Rochester is not aware, I would just suggest, you know, going to the Google machine, giving a quick type for Rochester mountain lion, and just go watch the video of the gentleman named Curtis doing an interview. He is a gem. He is a fucking gem and a scholar, and he's my favorite person in Rochester besides my own man, I think. He's fucking hysterical, and I don't blame him. Also, though, he was like walking right towards it. So I'm like, sir, were you actually scared? Or like, what is this? Like, were you trying to catch it? And then you were like, oh shit, that's not a regular cat. And you were like, fuck that. Like, I need to know. So maybe I'll find a way to reach out and get a statement from Curtis and his people. I want to know what they saw. I want to know what happened because, like, I'm almost a little mad because I used to live in the areas where they said the mountain lion was, and like, I was mad. I was like, "Fuck, man! I could have had a mountain lion. I could have had a fucking pet mountain lion. Not that that's like advised. I don't even know if they caught it. Actually, hold on. Let's give the Google a little tippy tap and see if we can find out if they caught the infamous mountain lion yet. Mountain lion, Rochester, New York update. Wow. Okay. That's wild. Hold on. No, they still have not caught this fucking mountain lion, I don't think. Oh my god. Hold on. New York State Department of Environmental Conservation is investigating after a viral video showing what appears to be a large wild cat roaming Rochester, New York, took took many by surprise. Here's the latest on whether a large cat is actually loose in the city and what authorities are doing about it. According to DEC officials, based on the doorbell camera video and measurements taken at the scene Thursday, the animal could possibly be a cougar, also known as a mountain lion, if the footage hasn't been altered. If this is actually a cougar, given the location within city limits, it's most likely not a wild cat that arrived to the region on its own, but rather a cat that was previously captive, possibly an illegal pet. DEC only investigates reports that include physical evidence such as tracks, droppings, scat, fur, or photographs. If there is no such evidence, the report is filed but cannot be verified. Oh shit, it was actually not too far from where I am now. So I haven't like fully read it, like all of the articles, but like I've definitely just seen like all of the videos of like that one news clip of Curtis, and just like general fucking like people fucking reacting to this Ring video of what looks like a cougar, mountain lion, whatever. Personally, I have heard of mountain lions being in New York State, but again, like, I mean, it would take a lot for a mountain lion to travel from like its general biome habitat area where it lives to come to Rochester. It would have to be really bored. So I would have to assume that like somebody probably did have like a mountain lion or a cougar as a pet, probably a crazy motherfucker. And yeah, yeah. Um it says that none of the reports have been substantiated until the validity of the original video can be confirmed. RPD urges the public to remain vigilant. If anyone observes a large wild animal, they are advised to go indoors immediately and call 911. So, and I'm reading, and now it says like, uh once roamed the state, specifically the Adirondacks, but were wiped out early in the 1900s due to habitat loss, hunting, and food scarcity. I don't know. Me personally, I definitely feel like, that like mountain lions are a thing, like they exist, and they definitely have been in like Rochester before. Like uh, it's not a far stretch. Maybe not a full family of them, but maybe somebody got lost and wandered off. I mean, I don't fucking know. Stranger things have happened, and it's Rochester. This is a strange fucking place. So, mountain lion roaming East Ave and fucking or East Main Street and fucking Culver. Like, I mean, it wasn't on my bingo card, but I'm kind of mad I missed it. Um, so yeah, if you haven't seen that video of the gentleman doing the interview on the news, I highly suggest going and giving it a Google and taking a look. Just Big Cat Rochester, New York interview, I guess. I think that's what I Googled and I found it and I was screaming. It was so great. Um well, we've talked about like a bunch of random shit, and now this episode has officially it's 58 minutes, so I know by the time I do like my little closeout, we're gonna be over an hour, which is more than I anticipated for today. But that also, to be fair, like I'm editing out like a lot of, or I'm not editing out like a lot of the bloopers and stuff, just so you guys can get like a raw dose of me and where I am currently. Um, so with that being said, I think my last my thing to leave you with, is a little bit of a kind of honesty moment here. I mean, taking accountability for your mental health is hard. Therapy is hard. Existing for everyone has become exhausting. So all I can ask from you guys, as I'm doing for myself, is to take care of yourself. I'm going to be listing off some just numbers for you guys if you should ever need them. I'm probably going to continue to do this in my episodes for the foreseeable future, just because as somebody who has always tried to be an ally to all people, whether that be part of the LGBTQ plus community, whether that be people struggling with mental health, whatever it may look like, whatever marginalized group that we're discussing, people of color, every marginalized group. Like, I've always tried to be an ally and show that this is a safe space for everyone. And I just want everyone to know that, like it's okay. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to need help. And I've needed somebody to step in and tell me that. So if I'm that person for you, like, just know you are loved no matter what. And the help that you get does not mean that you're a bad person. It makes you all the better. So just love yourself, help yourself, be good to yourself. That's all I can ask. I'm going to list off some phone numbers for you guys, and that'll be about it. And, use these resources while you can, and if you should need. And remember, like, my platform, my messages, my email, if you're struggling, it is a safe space for everyone. So I implore you, if you have no one, you have me. So there's that. And I love you guys, and I'm so fucking excited to be back to doing this and working on something I love and making something that I'm proud of. And I can't wait to continue to do this. And I love you guys so much. I just can't stop saying I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I feel like I'm saying it over and over again, but I just can't. I can't begin to express how much I appreciate all of the love and the kind thoughts for the people who do know what I've been going through as of, you know, however long I've been going through it, because it's been a while. But I'm so happy and I'm so blessed to have those people, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to further my journey in podcasting, my place in this community, and get back to doing what I love and doing it full time, and just being me again. So I'm really excited about it. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. I have been the hostess with the mostest that always gets the stonedest. Keep blazing, stay amazing. Wow, I haven't said that in so long. I haven't said it in so long, guys. Oh my god. It feels so good. Keep blazing, stay amazing. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.